Hello everyone, in this video we'll continue our discussion on the concepts related to the Gantry Girder, that is part 2.
So now depending upon the type of operation of this crane, okay, depending upon the type of operation of this crane bridge or truss bridge, now gantry girder is classified as the two types. That is manually operated overhead truss, or you can say the manually operated overhead traveling truss, or you can say the electrically operated. It means we can move this truss either manually or electrically. So based on that, it is two types. So what are those two types? Manually or hand operated overhead. Obviously this is present at some height. Okay, this truss bridge is going to present at some height. So overhead traveling crane. So in simple we are going to represent it like this: mod or hot. So it means manually operated overhead traveling crane or hand operated overhead traveling crane. That is the thing. So as we discussed, depending upon the type of operation of these crane bridge, so gantry girder is of two types. So here is one, mod or hot, and another is electrically operated overhead traveling crane. So this we represent like this: COT, electrically operated overhead traveling crane. So these are the two types. Clear? So take it down. And one more thing, whenever we are moving this scrap or trolley on the truss, so we should not bring this scrap or trolley very near to this gantry girder. Always there should be some extra clearance. Okay, that we call it as hook clearance. So by keeping that hook clearance only, we should move it on both sides. As I said, here there exists a gantry girder of the truss, and the same similar setup will exist on the other side also. Clear? On this both it may not be possible to show, but why? Because the length is more. So, but if you see in real time, or if you see in a field or in practicality, we can see the two types of setups on both sides. On which the truss will move, and on the truss that scrap will move. Agree? Now let us see the maximum increase in load because of the impact in nature. Clear? In each type of load. Obviously, how many types of loads the gantry girder is subjected to? So the gantry girder is subjected to three types of loads. So tell me, what are those loads? Vertical load because of the self weight, okay, which is transferred to the gantry girder through the wheels, and then lateral load because of the movement of the trolley, and the longitudinal load because of the movement of the crane. Clear or not? So now let us see the increase in those loads. So type of load, percentage of increase due to impact. Percentage of increase due to impact. So first let us consider vertical load. So again, we know that based on the type of operation, the gantry girder is of two types. So one is EOT, means electrically operated overhead traveling truss or crane. So now the type of load here is vertical load, and for EOT means we know what is EOT, electrically operated overhead traveling crane or truss. So in this case, we have to increase the static load by 25%. So 25% of static wheel load. Okay, static wheel load. So for MOT, it means manually operated overhead traveling truss or crane. So this is 10%. Maximum. So actually here it is maximum. So maximum static wheel load. So this is for vertical load. Clear? Now next is what is the type of load? Next is lateral load. So which is in this direction, in XX direction. So lateral load. So for lateral load also there exist again two cases. One is EOT, electrically operated crane. So for electrically operated crane it is 10% of weight of crab plus weight on crane. It means weight on crane is nothing but weight carried by this hook or weight carried by this crab. Next, B. So B is MOT, for manually operated or a traveling truss. So it is 5%. 5% of weight of crane, weight of crab plus weight on crane. Agree? Weight on crane. Next. So next is third. So what is the third type of load? So here I am going to write third type of load. Third type of load. What is the third type of load? Longitudinal load. It means perpendicular to the direction of the board or along the length direction of the gantry girder. Longitudinal. Okay, longitudinal load. So for longitudinal load it is simply. So for longitudinal case in both the types, that is EOT and FOT, it is simply 5% of maximum static wheel load. Okay, 5% of maximum static wheel load. So these are the increase in loads, or you can say the additional loads to be considered. Okay, because of the impact loads or because of the movement of the crane and trolley. So take it out. So these are the provisions. Okay, so now how to take this maximum static wheel load, that we'll see by a numerical, so that you understand with much clarity. Okay, you understand with much clarity if you see one problem based on the calculation of static wheel load. Clear? So I'm going to draw the total diagram. Okay, so the next topic, or you can say the next provision in the gantry girder is allowable deflection. So which is more important in comparison with the things what we have discussed so far. Clear? So those are the things what we are going to discuss. Obviously that is a allowable deflection in gantry girder is more important in comparison with the other things what we have discussed in gantry girder. And that too, if you see the frequency of question, so more chances are there to get a question from this topic, that is allowable deflection. Let us see what are the allowable deflections given by IS code. IS code, that is IS 800. So allowable deflection, or you can say the permissible deflection, one and the same. So for this there exist three provisions. First, for MOT, we know that what is MOT. What is MOT? MOT is manually operated overhead traveling crane or truss. Okay, for MOT, so simply write down for MOT, the permissible deflection is L by 500. So where L is span. Span of gantry girder. And we represent this permissible deflection as delta max. Okay, for MOT. Agree. So what is MOT? We know. Next, second provision. For EOT. So what is EOT? Electrically operated overhead traveling crane or truss. So for EOT, delta max. So for EOT, carrying load. For EOT, carrying load up to 500 kilonewton. So in this case, the delta max, okay, delta max is equal to L by 750. So that is the maximum permissible deflection. Next, the third. for EOT carrying load greater than 500 kilonewton. Greater than 500 kilonewton. So the delta max is equal to L by 1000. So these are the provisions. So for manually operated Gantry Girder, the allowable deflection is L by 500. But for electrical operated, the load up to 500 kilonewton, it is L by 750, and greater than 500 kilonewton, it is L by 1000. So these are the provisions. So you can see the very, very important provisions from Gantry Girder. So chances are there to get the objective from these provisions. So take it out.